I'm not ashamed to own my Lord, nor to defend his cause. Maintain the honors of his word, the glory of his cross.
Hello, I'm James Brown, and on behalf of the Eastern Church of Christ located in Toronto, Canada, I'd like to welcome you to today's edition of Walking Through the Bible, a podcast where we seek to study the Bible and the Bible alone. Please stick around afterwards for information on how you can contact us. But for now, please go to the book of Genesis, and we'll turn you over to Jeremy Disocam for our study of the day.
Thank you, James, and welcome to all of our viewers. This is the 146th lesson in our study of Genesis. Yesterday we covered Genesis chapter 42, verses 21 to 28, discussing how Simeon was left behind in Egypt, while the other 9 brothers returned home with food in order to bring Benjamin to Joseph. If you missed that episode and would like to watch it, you can find it and all of our other podcasts on our website at www.eastendchurch.org. You can also find them on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/EastEndChurchOfChrist under the Walking Through the Bible Genesis playlist. Today we're going to begin with Genesis chapter 42 verse 29 and read through verse 38. The text that you'll see on the screen is from the English Standard Version, but you're welcome to follow along with any version that you have. So let's now read Genesis 42 beginning at verse 29. When they came to Jacob their father in the land of Canaan, they told him all that had happened to them, saying, "The man, the Lord of the land, spoke roughly to us, and took us to be spies of the land. But we said to him, We are honest men, we have never been spies. We are 12 brothers, sons of our father. One is no more, and the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. Then the man, the Lord of the land, said to us, By this I shall know you are honest men. Leave one of your brothers with me, and take grain for the famine of your households, and go your way. Bring your youngest brother to me. Then I shall know that you are not spies, but honest men. And I will deliver your brother to you, and you shall trade in the land." As they emptied their sacks, behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. And when they and their father saw their bundles of money, they were afraid. And Jacob their father said to them, "You have bereaved me of my children. Joseph is no more, and Simeon is no more, and now you would take Benjamin? All this has come against me." Then Reuben said to his father, "Kill my 2 sons if I do not bring him back to you. Put him in my hands, and I will bring him back to you." But he said, "My son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is the only one left. If harm should happen to him on the journey that you are to make, you would bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to Sheol." Joseph's brothers here returned from Egypt with quite a story to tell their father, for they must relate to him why only 9 of them have returned. Their account would be quite incredible to believe if we didn't know it to be true. They tell Jacob how when they arrived in Egypt, the Lord of the land, Joseph, accused them of being spies. In order to try and persuade this man that they weren't spies, they told him that they were 12 brothers of one man. They said that one of their brothers was dead, while the other brother was at home with their father. This did not convince the man, so the brothers told Jacob what the man said next, which was that the only way that they could prove themselves to be honest men was to bring their youngest brother down to Egypt to meet the man. Simeon was kept as surety that they would return. After informing Jacob of these things, they all emptied their sacks and found that they had their money. If you recall from yesterday, we learned that one of them found their money when he went to feed the animals, but here we learned that all of them had found their money. This caused great fear to fall on them, for not only was Simeon being held captive in Egypt awaiting the return of Benjamin, but they could very well be accused of being thieves as well. Even though it was unlikely that Jacob would have been willing to allow Benjamin to go to Egypt in the first place, he certainly wasn't going to allow it if there was any chance that they would be killed because of the supposed theft. He tells them that Joseph is dead, Simeon is as good as dead, and now you want to take Benjamin too? Reuben tries to convince his father that Benjamin could be entrusted to him, and if Benjamin didn't return, Jacob could kill Reuben's 2 sons. At first glance, this seems like a very high gesture on Reuben's part, but when you step back and consider the situation, though, you realize that this statement was most likely made in the heat of the moment, meaning that it was quite foolish. After all, what comfort would Jacob have by adding to the loss of a son with the killing of 2 of his grandchildren? Given Reuben's record of protecting people in the past, for example Joseph, you would think that Reuben would have learned not to be so bold, but alas, he seemingly did not. Jacob refused his son's offer, stating that Benjamin's brother is dead, or so he thought, and that if Benjamin were to die, the last remaining son of Rachel, he would certainly die with sorrow. With that, our time is up for today. Please join us, Lord willing, tomorrow when we will continue our study of Genesis, beginning with Genesis 43, verse 1.
Thank you, Jeremy. And to our viewers, we also thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Should you have a question or comment, please leave them below or email them to answerintheword@gmail.com. We'll try to respond to you as quickly as we can. We hope you'll join us, the Lord willing, tomorrow when we will be continuing on our study of the book of Genesis. Goodbye for now and have a great day.
I'm not ashamed to own my Lord, nor to